everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. It's been a little while, hasn't it? So, it's the start of a new season. We finished off last time, if I remember rightly, preparing ourselves for this season. And here we are. The expectations to finish roughly in the same position that we did last season. But as I explained in the last session, that would be actually an improvement due to the patch situations partway through last season, etc. So we'll see what happens. And I'm back from my holiday, and I'm really looking forward to diving on in here to Motorsport Manager. And if you watch the video update that came out just before this video, then you'll know that we are pressing on at a frantic pace to a conclusion. We're not going to rush, I'm not going to sort of blunder through things, but I'm going to be playing this game quite a bit, and I'm going to look forward to it. This session will be a longer one, got a few things to do, but it is as it is. So the first thing that we need to do is I'm going to actually do a meet the team, but I'm going to do a meet the team for the entire grid. We're just going to look at the runners and riders. We've had a season here already, so the team shouldn't be completely new to us. But we're just going to see some of the drivers, some of the changes, some of the moves, and have a look at who our nearest rivals might be. So we'll do that first of all. And we're going to start with the weakest team, which is Thornton Motorsport, technically speaking. Here they are, look at them. They finished... they were in this championship last season. Zoe Sharp and S. Blanc are their drivers, and I believe they may have been their drivers last time as well, so no changes here as far as I can tell. I'm literally running off memory here. They apparently have the best drivers on the grid, mainly because of Zoe Sharp, I feel. But there you go, you can take a look at the graphs should you wish to do so, the chassis of the different teams. I'm not going to harp on about them all, but if you want to take any long looks at these, then you can do so. Their biggest plus point to their chassis, their fuel efficiency. Could serve to help them, but then again, given our small fuel tanks, probably won't. So that's Thornton. We now have McNeil Racing, who have been recently promoted. So they may struggle a little bit. Even though they have been newly promoted, they seem to have a better car than Thornton. However, their drivers aren't as good as Thornton's, and therefore McNeil Racing may end up being at the back of the field due to their drivers. They have Larson and Costa. Nothing much to harp on about. Not even fully 4-star drivers, so they're going to have a hard time of it. We know their colours. We raced wheel to wheel with them for the championship of the Asia Pacific Cup a couple of seasons ago, so we know all about McNeil Racing. So that's them. We will move on to Van Dort. This is in no particular order, is this here. But Van Dort, the white and gold car, they were here last season, of course. They have Schmidt and Gonzalez. Pretty good drivers, third best on the grid in terms of their drivers. Pretty decent chassis. Not so sure about the drivers, as I said. They kind of went unnoticed last season. I don't seem to remember anything specific about this team. Sort of going about their business quietly, perhaps. But that's Van Dort Racing. Rosato Corsa. We had a couple of wheel-to-wheel races with these guys. Yeah, Dorster. He always seemed to get in our way, this man. We were quite closely matched with these guys. So this is going to be our benchmark this season to see how much we've improved. How much, if we're ahead of these guys or faster than these guys, it could be a good sign. Red and blue. Dorster and Flores, I think they're the same two drivers I had last time. They're kind of a run-of-the-mill team. Everything is kind of average. Nothing spectacular, kind of mid-table, everything in the middle. Chassis fair to middling, but their chairman is under massive pressure. She's 76. She's looking good for 76, mind you. So that's Rosato Corsa. could be some more wheel-to-wheel racing this season. Okay, so then we move on to the big 5. These 5 locked out the grid, the top 10 places of the grid every race pretty much. These guys are a class apart from the bottom 5, if you will. So Risotto Course, as I've said, could be our yardstick, but a bigger yardstick for us is if we can actually start to break into that top 10, start to challenge Kitano, maybe even Windsor. That would be a definite sign that we're improving. So let's take a look at Kitano first of all. We'll get there eventually. Oh, there you go. Kitano Motorsport. De Graaf and De Wolf. No change for the driver lineup. De Graaf, their number 1 driver. He's pretty decent and he's young. Interesting. Their cars, we've seen. Their drivers, 4th best on the grid. They've got a very good headquarters. Their chassis, pretty decent. Chairman's doing well. She's 73. All of old ladies running teams nowadays. Is this a new trend? So yeah, we'll keep an eye on these guys. See if we can crack them. See if we can crack the top 10 in qualifying, perhaps. Windsor Racing. Let's have a look at those guys. Any change there? Lipponen and Veracruz. Veracruz was in Scuderia Rossini last season, so he's been dropped down to Windsor Racing. And Lipponen, I think, was here last season. So he is the better of the 2 drivers. And they've got a pretty decent team. I mean, this is very helpful, as we've seen. Tyre wear seems to be a big issue. They've got tyre wear and fuel efficiency. So pretty decent chassis indeed. And good stats across the board. Yeah, they're a class apart. So I think Kitano might be in our sights, but I think Windsor are a definite jump up. So that's them. And then we go to the big 3. I know who they are. I don't need to look at the cars anymore. It's Panther, who had Chapman racing for them last season. He's racing for them this season, but he's dropping off a little bit now. He's 36 and losing a little bit of his skill. So he may find it a bit tougher this season. And Sylvander was there last season. And considering they're the 3rd best car, a very, very good team, he's quite a weak driver. Comparatively speaking to the other drivers in the series. Only 3.5 star, which is why their drivers are 6th best on the grid. So yeah, that's Panther. Don't expect them really to break the top 2 this season very often. The top 2, of course, being Scuderia Rossini, who finished off the season last season pretty strongly. Espinosa and Balcazar. That's 2 new drivers for this season. Of course, Wexler seems to have retired and Veracruz has gone down to a lower team. He's only 4 star, mind you. Or is it a she? It's a she. And she's young, so not too shabby. She's got 5 star potential, though. They actually have the best car on the grid now. But the worst drivers. Quite a strange mix. And then, of course, last season's champions, Steinman. Becker is still there. Nina Holtz has retired and has been replaced by F. Fisher. Now, given they have the 9th best drivers, he's probably not very good. So that is the grid. Some movers and some shakers. But we know our target. It is to try and mix it up with Kitano and beat Risotto Corsa. So then moving on to our preparations for the race weekend, very quickly, there's nothing much to harp on about. We are designing our engine, which we did in the end of the last session, and we are improving our parts. This race focuses on gearbox, front wing and engine, so therefore we are focusing on the reliability of those, performance of the rest, and look at that. The recent patches seem to have altered the carnage that occurs on the first race of the season. Previous renditions, first race of the season reliability was down in the 40%. It's now in the 60s. So all those previous races in seasons gone by, first race of the season carnage with cars breaking down and coming in for the pits all the time. It's probably not going to happen because it's 60% now, which is a lot more reasonable. Parts have been fitted to both cars, nothing exceptional, but good enough for a semi-decent mid-grid performance. 11 days till the race, let's press on. See how we do. Factory feedback. Gossip. And here we are. Bada bing, bada boom. We have a strong factory apparently. That's good news. Okay, so let's take a look at how we have improved in terms of the reliability. Look at that, pretty decent. Up in the high 70s, scraping 80%. So good reliability. Should get us to the end of the race and allow us to push a little bit. The other parts not so crucial. So we won't be able to do any weight stripping to start with, but as you can see, because we've got our improved factory, we're able to develop and improve 6 parts at a time. We're already at 80% in half of our parts. Give us 3 or 4 races into this 16 race calendar, and our car is going to be so reliable that we can weight strip exceptionally well very quickly to boost our performance levels. So that's something to look forward to, because we're going to need every ounce of performance that we can get. So here we are, Doha, first race of the season. It's dry. We are going to take the first qualifying session, although usually in the dry qualifying I will auto-resolve it. But I'm interested to see where we fare in the grid. Can we actually... We were usually getting around about 12th to 15th position in the previous season. So are we going to get around about 10th, 11th positions this season? I'm eager to find out. Tyre wear is medium, and we have soft, medium, hard compounds, which means that I am confident that we can probably get a 3-stint race out of the softest compound. So what we're going to aim for is 10th or above, and we're going to go for lots of soft tyres. A few mediums. In fact, I don't even think we're going to need... Yeah, that seems to be the order of the day, although I do like to just do that with her because, of course, she has the lowest smoothness. Part fitting is done, so as per usual, I'll see you for qualifying. Alright, so practice is done. Sundin set searing pace. Yes, she did, because we gave her the softest tyres and asked her to push like the wind. And she did. Of course, practice means nothing, but we got the car set up well, and we've ascertained that we can easily do 3 stints on the soft tyre. No problem with tyre wear. Is it to do with the fact that we have a better tyre wear chassis this time round? I don't think so. I think it's just that the track is only 17 laps. It's a long lap and the soft tyre is pretty reasonable for a medium tyre wear circuit. That's what the main factor is, but at least we don't have to worry about conserving tyres. So our objective is to qualify 10th or above. It would be nice to do that, because on a dry qualifying lap we could never finish 10th or above last season. So if we can do that this season, that would definitely show improvement. No weight stripping available to us just yet, but I'm reckoning by race number 3 we'll probably be able to start weight stripping. Qualifying trim, only 5% performance and soft tyres. Of course, no super overtake mode for Sundin, as she's lost relationship with her mechanic. And same for Surikov. Soft tyres and qualifying trim. Don't forget, folks, this is Sundin's final season. Can she go out with some sort of a bang? Let's hope so. I just need to save this setup. There we go, for next time. Okay, so in terms of, we might as well do the setup while we're here. Of course, qualifying on the soft tyres. We'll probably end up doing 2 hot laps. Same for Sundin. Alright. Let's dive in. So we're going to send Sundin out now as quickly as possible. Out she goes. Tyres done, everything done. She's off. She's going. Give Circa a little bit of a gap. He goes. We're off and racing. Automatically do the tyre temperatures and the brake temperatures, and let's follow Sundin for this first qualifying lap. So all these guys are doing their in-laps now. The only issue we've got is by the time we get onto our hot laps, there may be a few more drivers going out on their second run, which means there'll be an out laps, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Keep our fingers and toes crossed. So that's the yellow and gold car whose name escapes me. The car that was nondescript last season. Did it begin with a V? Did it begin with a V? Can't remember. Okay, so here we go. Sundin is now on her hot lap. She's got beautiful room in front of her. And she is go, 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 go. And Sirikov, has he got a clear track? Yes, he does. So 2 clear tracks, some decent track grip. We could not have done anything else for these guys apart from put her into a path of a Risotto Corsa. What did I tell you about? They were our main rivals last season. Could be our main rivals this season, and already they're obstructing us. Great start to affairs. Get past Sundin, come on. Don't let him slow you down. It's a bit hard not to. This is not looking good. 6/10 down in the first sector, and the second sector is a longer sector. Wouldn't be surprised if we're at 1.4 seconds down in the second sector. Sirikov, he still has plenty of room, but he's 1.5 down. So Sundin's doing pretty decent, isn't she? She doesn't have her super overtake mode, but she is looking on form. She set a faster lap in practice than Sirikov, and she set a faster lap in qualifying so far. So that's interesting. She seemed to have the traffic, but she did a better job hooking it up and getting 11th position. Best of the rest. Can't quite crack the top 10 on a dry track. The Kitano drivers, De Graaf and De Wolf, were our targets, I must admit. But it's early days. We're still developing our engine, we're still developing our gearbox. We're still going to increase our reliability like mad until we can weight strip. With weight stripping, we could possibly break the top 10. This is the first race of the season, and it's a promising start for Sundin. I will admit, I'm happy with that qualifying lap. Best of the rest. Top 5, best of the rest. So we've got one more lap to do, and I don't think we're going to make it. I've timed this badly. They're not going to be able to get out and do another hot lap. So Brian Potter has made a bit of a cock-up. Look at that. How's he pushed up into 8th position? Wait a second. 8th position. He's cracked the top 10, no problem. That's a damn good look. Not just crept in there. He has absolutely 4/10 faster. 6/10 faster in his little Van Dort Racing, who I paid no attention to. Wolfgang Schmidt, what a lap! That is an absolute mighty lap from the car that wasn't in the top 5. Harry Chapman, who said is on the wane. He's 36. He's on the decline. They're going to struggle this season, I said. He's put it on pole position. Oh, well, there goes my pre-season analysis down the Swanee. So it's Panther in pole. It's Espinosa. Scuderia Rossini in second. We've got third is Frieder Fischer. Windsor up in 4th. Becker down in 5th. Balcazar in the Scuderia Rossini down in 7th. So that sort of lockout of Scuderia Rossini and Steinman Motorsport, perhaps it might be a closer season at the top this year. Interesting indeed. Anyway, after the fact that we screwed up qualifying and didn't give ourselves a second run on a better gripped track, we're qualified in 13th and 17th. I think we could have got another couple of tenths out of this. I think maybe 11th place was up for grabs. I don't think 10th will have been, but certainly 11th would have been in with a chance. And I think Surikov would have certainly finished higher than 17th if he'd got another chance. But it is as it is. We shall look forward to hopefully doing a better job in the race. Okay, so with full 15% race trim and soft tyres for both drivers, should give us a slight little boost. Car setups, pretty much done. Righty-ho then, how are we going to play this? So it's 17 laps, which is roughly 6 laps per stint. We'll give Sundin the shorter stint, bring her in sooner because she's higher up the grid, get her into some clear air, plus she chews through her tyres a little bit quicker. So we'll give her the, of course she's got soft tyres, we'll give her 6 laps of fuel and bring her in on lap 5. Sounds good to me. And for Surikov, of course, he has the softer tyre, can make them last longer, so we'll give him 7 laps of fuel and bring him in on lap 6. Driver strategy, we're going to attack from the off. We're going to go for it. We're going to push. Can we break the top 10 in the race? Keep your fingers crossed, folks. Keep your fingers crossed, but it's going to be a tough one. It's a long lap. It's going to be hard. But we like a challenge. So we've already gone through the grid. We won't go through it again. But fingers crossed that Sundin in the pre-season has worked on her starts, because her starting last season was atrocious, if I remember rightly. Vera Cruz putting it on 4th position in his new team. That's a good effort. And we're off! And once again, Sundin fluffs the start. Hey, come on, dear. And look at that, he's gone well wide. Schmidt, after qualifying so mightily, up in 8th position with an exceptional qualifying lap, he goes wide on the first corner and puts himself at the back of the grid. Unlucky, my friend. We're off and racing. Espinosa has got the jump on Chapman. Fisher's in 3rd. Sylvander's up to 4th. Becker's up to 4th now. He's scything through the field. But let's look at ourselves, because Sundin has found herself in 10th position. Surikov has made no gains, but Sundin is on the charge. She is up into 9th. What did I say? Is she going to have a storming last season before she either retires or is kicked out of the team for a better driver? She's making Potter think twice here. Surikov is supposed to be the better driver, and so far this season, it's race 1 of course, she's outperformed him in practice, she's outperformed him in qualifying, and now she is outperforming him in the race. Everybody's still pushing hard, we will do the same. But of course we've got to be careful this season because our fuel is not marvellous, our fuel efficiency, so we don't want to burn too much. We'll go push now. We'll go push. We don't want to go too crazy on the parts either. It is the first race of the season, prone to some issues. But we'll do 1 lap of pushing and then we'll turn them down. So Sundin in 8th, looking good. Surikov struggling in 17th, but we'll follow Sundin because she's doing an absolute sterling job here, as she's all over the back of De Wolf in the Catano. We were looking to see if we could get the drop on them this season, maybe even sneak a 5th off place in the constructors, maybe be a little bit greedy. It's going to be a long season, but I've got absolute high hopes and confidence that we can make this work. She's doing a damn good job so far. She's not looking outpaced here. She's not looking out of her depth, and she's clinging on to the back. In fact, she's harassing and doing a damn good job. And I've completely forgot about the whole tire heating situation, so we're going to have to turn the tyres down. I told you I haven't played this game for ages. I'm completely and utterly amiss as to what I'm doing. Screwed up the qualifying and now I'm screwing up the damn race with tyres going off. Mind you, everybody's done the same thing we have. They've been pushing hard and they've been, pushing, so they should have a similar issue. Well, she's coming in for a tyre change in a couple of laps, so hopefully it won't hammer too long. It's Sirikov who may struggle in the long term. Of course, temperatures being in the 20s. But she's doing well. De Wolf ahead of her, still pushing. We're actually going to turn her engine up here. Let's look at the car condition. Yeah, things are looking good. We can give her some juice. We can give her some power. And we're going to give it to her. Just to try and tag onto the back of this 7th position as the yacht sails on by. How the rich and famous live. So she is coming up now to the marina section, manoeuvring through it and coming round to start the 4th lap of what is going to be a 5-lap stint. And she is looking comfortable. She is looking good. She is pushing hard. Tyre wear, not an issue. Don't worry, dear. Do not panic. We've got this under control, I think. Maybe not. I think we're going to have to actually conserve Sirikov's tyres. He's got an extra lap to do. Although he's so far behind, we could probably stack them if it gets to be an urgent situation. But we're going to give him some engine. Because he's struggling to get past. Let's have a look at his car condition. Yeah, we can give him some. We can give him some juice as well. So let's see if giving him extra engine power is going to get him past. But there's a massive train here. There is a massive train. It's going to be. It's like wading through tar. Pushing through treacle. He just cannot seem to get a manoeuvre to stick. We've got Risotto Corsas. We've got somebody from a Windsor racing car there. It's just all a big mire. Thankfully, Sundin is nowhere near, but she's up into 7th, and she's going for it. She is absolutely going for it here. She's taking no prisoners, and she is up in to 7th position, but we're going to have to turn her down a little bit just to conserve the fuel. She needs to do one more lap here, and we don't... Sirikov, in fact, has lost a position. It's absolute catastrophic for Sirikov. But Sundin is on the push. She is harassing Sylvander in a Panther. This is good. The only benefit, the only sort of silver lining is that Sirikov isn't a massive amount of time behind. Because of the fact that it's a big train, if he can bypass that train somehow and get the jump, he can make 4 or 5 places up in one go. Right, here comes Sundin. She's coming in now for her 2nd stint. We're going to fuel her up for another 5-lap stint. No, we're going to have to go 6 and 6 here. So we're going to have to go 6 and 6. So full fuel. Parts are looking decent. Strategy balanced. That's fine. So let's just fingers crossed here that nothing goes wrong in the pits with the new interactive pit crew that's been auto-managed by our race mechanics. Here we go, she's coming round. Sirikov is now up into 16th. I think he may be making headway here. I'm thinking the earlier we bring him in, the better. Should we risk stacking him here? Should we risk it? The other issue is he actually going to have enough fuel to get around another lap? He's not even halfway around this lap, and 1.4 laps of fuel. It's going to be touch and go. I'm thinking we've got a 8-second window here. I think the earlier we bring him in, the better. If nobody else comes in, we get the jump on them, get a bit of clear track, and maybe a lap of pushing might get an undercut. I think that's probably going to be our best bet of leapfrogging this damn train. If they all come in on the same lap, of course, then that's going to really be an issue. So we'll bring him in now, which means that we're going to turn him up to attack for his in-lap. We're going to give her attack on the tyres. Fuel is low. So Sundin is here, she's coming round, she's into the marina section now. Fuel should be okay. She's got cars all over the back of her. Vera Cruz in the Windsor has made headway through the field, and it is going to be a big threat for the second half of the race. Okay, so she's coming in. Here we go. In she comes. Here she goes. She's in the pits. She's coming relatively early in comparison to the other drivers, but she should have clear track. Refueling. Oh, there's a bit of a hold up. Very small hold up. Not going to help Surikov there, given his current situation. We're going to keep the tyres on neutral, go for high on the engine. He's going to go push and overtake, because he has to really put the hammer down here. Really put the hammer down. Sunday's out in 14th. She's got clear track. She's going to make a push for it and see if she can get an undercut perhaps on a couple of cars that are ahead of her. This is going to be an important section of the race. As I'm going to take a look at Surikov here, because this is the big one. This is the big one. How is he going to fare? He's got some relative clear track, but I think a lot of the cars around him have pitted at the same time. He got held up by a second, which is not ideal. It's going to be very difficult for Surikov here. It's going to be very difficult going forward. Let's have a look, see if any cars ahead of him pit. Well, with Flores has to pit. De Graaf, Gonzalez, Sharp, a lot of the cars here are pitting. I'm now going to follow Sundin because there's a lot of cars ahead of her pitting right now. Let's have a look at this. So where will Sundin come out in this shake-up? She's up into... They get a shorter run. She's in 10th. Oh, right behind. She's actually lost position, I think. She's lost a couple of positions, but she's still in the points and looking good. She needs to go to lap 11, so what's that? 5 more laps. We've got a little bit of a little bit of pushing to play with. That's fine. A little bit of pushing to play with. He's got less fuel, so he's going to have to turn it down now. He's in 16th, so he hasn't really improved anything. There's the train, still ahead of us. Is he going to be able to get past? It's looking unlikely. It's looking unlikely at this moment in time. Right, here's Sundin. She's in 10th. Lipponen behind is closing the gap. We're going to actually go to medium here. Just go conservative, and at the back end of the stint, when everybody else is probably conserving tyres and looking to eke out bits of fuel, we'll then put the hammer down. De Graaf is pitting, as is Blanc, so we're going to pass them. So maybe we haven't lost a couple of positions after all. We are now back up into 8th place. And on the back of 7th, 6 is only there. Has she got the pace to pass? Has she got the pace to keep up? Surikov is up into 14th, so he is making inroads here. We're going to do the same with him now. We're just going to turn things down. Second half of the stint, we're then going to put the hammer down then. So everybody else is probably pushing. Yep, they are. That's fine. We'll be doing our pushing in the second half of the stint. For now, Sundin is doing what she has been well renowned for in seasons gone by, which is just serenely cruising round, preserving the engine, preserving the condition of her car, just being very smooth but very quick when she needs to be. Suspension is looking a little bit tasty there, but nothing that's going to give us any major concerns. So 3 more laps to do, and she's got fuel to play with, so we'll just go a little bit longer. Her tyre temperatures are looking very good. She's fending off Lipponen. She's dropping a little bit away from Vera Cruz for now, but she'll make that time back. Right. Just a little bit longer, Sundin. A little bit longer. Then we're going to give you the green light to go. He ain't going to pass you in this slow and twisty section of the marina. He is going to struggle, in fact. He's getting passed by De Wolf in the Catano. Right, now we're going to go for it. Now we're giving you the life to push for a couple of laps before you come in for the pit stop. Let's go. Let's see how she does. So let's have a look at this gap now. She's 3.7 seconds behind 7th position, and now hopefully that gap will fall as she's been given the engine mode. She's been given the instructions to start pulling the hammer down, taking those curbs aggressively, and it's coming down. It's falling. It's falling nicely. Just gonna turn that down now. Just give a short burst to maintain the temperature of the tyres so that they don't go too hot. It's coming down now to 2.9. She's got 1 lap to do after this one. Plenty of fuel in the tank. So I think we're going to do the same for Sirikov. Just give him some engine power. 14th position. He's got well, a few cars ahead of him. Espinosa has car problems already. That's bad news. Bad news indeed. He's in the pits and he's probably going to start fixing his parts as Sundin comes round to the home straight. She's going across the line to start lap number 11, in fact. Oh, I've got my calculations all askew. I'm looking at that and that's... Was that not lap... Am I getting confused here? She's going to have to come in the pits now. She won't have. She can't do another lap after this, but this is not lap 12. This is actually lap 11. All right, it's fine. She's going to come in the pits. She's going to put on a soft set of tyres, and she's going to have to do 7 laps, which actually is going to be pretty tight. Pretty tight. The car parts are looking okay. Not bad. Not marvellous, but not bad. Likewise, Sirikov is going to have to do the same because he's not going to have enough fuel to go around again after this, so he's going to max out there. His car's a bit worse for wear than Sundin's even. Well, that's fine. Sundin's currently in 6th. She's pushing like a trooper, closing the gap to the car in 5th position. 1.8, 1.6. It's coming down all the time as she now charges around this track on her in-lap. She's going to come in again early and hopefully undercut and all that. She'll be in a perfect position to maybe even make up another place or two. A podium is out of the question certainly, but 5th or 6th, 5th, 6th or 7th position would be an absolute massive result for Sundin. Sirikov is setting personal best sectors. He's in 12th. He's coming through the field. Can he even eke into the points after being held up for so long? Again, we're having to rely on a pit change with no mistakes as Sundin has a bit more of a gap this time. And that's almost synchronisation at its best. We're off and racing. We're just going to go medium until we get our bearings here. We've got excess fuel on both cars. She's stuck in traffic, which is not ideal. And these are back markers that we're stuck behind as well. That is definitely not ideal. Sirikov has got a bit more of an open road. So we're going to make use of that and give him a short burst of overtake mode to undercut. Sundin, is she going to be able to get past these cars? That's the question. She's battling with Lipponen, and that is for actual track position. Lipponen, of course, is on the hard compound tyre, which will be detrimental to his pace when we finally give Sundin the go-ahead to turn everything up. But for now, she's just cantering round for the time being. Here comes Sirikov. He is pushing. We've got cars that are fixing their parts here. And that's all extra time in the pits, which is absolutely perfect for us. Sirikov, 16th position, 14th position, excess fuel, put him onto high. I'm going to turn her up to high now. The car park condition here, 26 with the front wing. We're going to have to be a little bit careful. The front wing is looking a bit frightening. on Surikov's car, so he's going to have to just go steady. 14th place. Sundin is 11th. The car ahead of it is coming in. Of course, it's her tyres that I'm concerned about. I think a couple of laps of conserve might not be a bad idea. She has been severely hampered here by this car, this Thornton racing car, who we know is one of the slowest cars on the grid, and she hasn't been able to get past, and it's not helping. Lipponen is up to 7th and has pulled away. She's battling here, look at this. She is not letting De Wolf past without a fight. Everybody seems to have done their pit stop, so this is 8th position, and this is where we are on merit. Surikov is 11th. 11th. Bear with me, folks, this is going to cause an issue. Right, we're off again. So, yeah, Surikov is in 11th. He is so close to a points finish, but his car is looking... It's his front wing I'm concerned about. It really is his front wing. We're going to give him some more engine. Give him some more engine for now. Sundin has been given the push order. She's in 9th. She's battling with De Wolf here. I don't know how Lipponen has got such pace on hard compound tyres, but he has. Front wing is now 18%. Oh my god. We're going to have to slow him down, otherwise he's not going to make it. In fact, 11th position. Does it matter? Whether he retires or finishes 11th, no points is no points. Yeah, we're going to give him the push order here. Right, Sundin is in 9th. She's falling away a little bit from the cars ahead of her. We can't give her any more engine mode. I'm concerned for the tyre wear. We'll just give her a little bit of push. But it's looking unlikely at this time that she's going to get anything higher than 9th, which we should not be disappointed with. It's the first race of the season. Yes, we've been assisted by other cars having to pit for repairs a little bit, but she's shown good pace in this race. We've got more performance to get out of our car. We've got weight stripping to look forward to. So with all of those combined, we could really be pushing towards the front end of the field this season. We really could. Right, Surikov. He is in 11th. His car is about to break in half. But we're going to absolutely give him as much as we can now. Her engine, it's fine. Now his gearbox is knackered. We might as well push with him. We might as well push with him because he's not going to get any points as it currently stands. And there's one lap to go for Sundin, and we're going to give her full attack mode here. Can she do anything? It's asking a lot. It's asking a hell of a lot. Car ahead of her is also pushing. Lipponen is a little bit in conserve mode, but he's surely too far up the track for us to do anything about it. Just got to watch the fuel situation. It is down as excess. How close is Surikov to 10th? He's getting there. 2 seconds. It is coming down all the time. Oh! Oh, 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 oh! Oh my god, he's in the points! Right, conserve! 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 He's in the points! Just conserve! Just conserve, car! Do not blow up on me now! 9% on the front wing! 15% in the gearbox! He's in the points! Sundin, you're not going to get any higher than you are, so just bring the car home. 9th and 10th! 9th and 10th. Well done, Sunday, in a grand race, and considering that Surikov was held up for so long in that massive train of cars, 10th position for him is also a damn good result. A double points finish on the first race of the season. This is a good sign. Harry Chapman wins in the Panther, Espinosa second in the Scuderia Rossini, Sylvander in the Panther third. A good constructors race for Panther. Right at the start of the season, what did I just say at the start of this session? Oh, Panther not going to break the top two. They got off to a cracking start. Cracking start indeed. 2 medium stints as well for Chapman. Qualified on pole, won the race, a dominant performance. The issue that the Scuderia Rossini have, together with the Steinman, they have the cars. We've seen that. The cars are very, very good. But their drivers are the 10th best and 9th best on the grid. They have crappy drivers. So no matter how good your car is, if you don't have the man behind the wheel, as we're seeing right now, it makes a hell of a difference. So that's why we need to get a very good driver in our car to replace something at the end of the season, because that will give us a massive, massive boost for our championship push. Veracruz did very well in the Windsor. Fischer, Becker, Lipponen in the second Windsor, De Wolf there, and look at that. We managed to edge out Kitano. We managed to edge him out. 9th and 10th, double points finish. There's the Rosato courses of Flores and Flores there, Josta there. So, yeah, all in all, I'm very happy with that result. Because as we saw last season, as the season progressed, we got better and better and better. And it's going to be the same this season as we develop our parts, develop our engine and gearbox, and we get our weight stripping on the go. We're going to get better and better this season as well. So we're getting 9th and 10th now. Towards the end of the season, we might be pushing for, 5th, 6th, maybe scraping a 4th, maybe. If everything goes our way with weather and things, maybe a couple of podiums. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's only the first race of the season. And we were quite fortunate with the tyres, of course. We were able to comfortably use the soft tyres for all of our stints. There will be much more stern tests ahead with high degrading tracks, which may not suit our situation. But we'll take it as it comes. So that's the situation after the first race. Take a look at the constructors. We're in 6th with 3 points. Yes, Panther, Scuderia, Steinman, and probably even Windsor are going to be very difficult to catch this season. Very, very difficult. To break the top 4, nigh on impossible if you ask me. We were aiming to finish in 6th position this season, so we're on target. Zato Corsa, I think we can beat this season. It's Kitano. This is the team that is the benchmark for me this season. This is the team that we need to compete with. Can we just nudge into 5th position? Can we beat Kitano? On the evidence of this first race, I actually think we might be able to do it. Might be able to nip into 5th place in the Constructors this season. Keep your fingers crossed. So good for Chapman, good for Sundin, good for Surikov. I'm a happy bunny. Look at that. She drove the race of her life. A 9.6 on the driver form. Surikov had a bit of an off day, it must be said. A bad day in the office, but he still picked up some points. So when he switches on and gets driving to the top of his ability, he could be a force to be reckoned with. We lose 1.5 million because we got our sponsorship deal. Very good. Very good, very good, very good indeed. So Sundin has started off her final season with a very good showing. She is determined to take it to Surikov this season to prove that she still has it. The former APC champion. She's going to do her damnedest to go out in style. Join me in the next session for Yokohama, where we will start the session with the usual pre-race preamble, and then we'll dive on in to see if we can keep this momentum going. Till then, see you soon.